Navigating the Compact Touch STS UBM Ultrasound Platform from Quantel Medical. This video will demonstrate how to operate the Compact Touch STS UBM Portable Ultrasound Biomicroscope from Quantel Medical, covering key functions, features of hardware and software, and some troubleshooting tips. The Compact Touch STS UBM machine includes a portable main unit with a color LCD LED touchscreen, a linear 50 MHz UBM probe, and a probe holder. The probe connection, located on the right side of the unit, is marked with a red dot to guide alignment. A foot pedal can also be connected on the right side of the unit. On the left side are USB ports through which a computer mouse, external keyboard, printer, or data storage device can be connected. Turn the device on with the main power supply switch on the right side. When it is switched on, the LED on the front of the monitor will appear orange. Pushing the green button located on the left side of the unit starts up the system. For the comfort of the examiner and patient, the room should be equipped with a reclining chair for the patient and a seat for the examiner, and the device should be positioned so that the examiner can easily access the patient's eye while operating the machine. Upon starting the system, the screen will display a list of physician profiles to choose from. To create a new physician profile, select New Physician on the orange toolbar. Beneath the name fields is a table of comment shortcuts, where an examiner can enter frequently used comments for quick input during the exam. Once all information has been entered, press the Save icon at the bottom right corner of the screen. Physicians can save default parameters including gain, dynamic, time gain control, scan screen size, and Cineloop format via the B-Scan Mode button. For each parameter, values can be entered by using the keyboard on the screen or the knob located at the front of the device. To create a new patient profile, select the Patient File icon, fill in patient data, and select Save. A returning patient's record can be found by typing the first letter of the patient's last name in the Last Name field. A list of all existing patients can be viewed by typing a star or % into this field. The Exam History button at the bottom of the screen allows the user to access and modify all previous exams performed for a patient. To perform a UBM exam, press the UBM icon at the bottom of the screen. If desired, select the foot switch button in the bottom left corner in order to start or stop image acquisition using the foot pedal. Use the OD/OS icon to select the eye to be examined and choose from L, longitudinal, T, transverse, or A, axial for basic probe position. For longitudinal and transverse scans, probe position on the conjunctiva peripheral to the cornea can be labeled using the clock hour. The +30 button indicates a shift clockwise by 30 minutes. While scanning, gain can be adjusted via the knob at the front of the machine, or by clicking with the mouse in the gain field. Acquired images are displayed at the center of the screen. The user can zoom in or out using the zoom icon, or by scrolling the mouse wheel after clicking on an area of interest. Next to the zoom field, a full screen icon allows the user to toggle to and from full screen mode. A cross-vector line can be added by touching the orange CV icon on the screen. The CV line's position can be moved left or right using the device's knob or the on-screen keyboard. To save a captured image, use the Save icon at the bottom of the screen, or press for 3 seconds on the foot switch. To export an image to the hard disk or a USB storage device, right-click and select Export to Jpeg, specifying the desired level of image resolution from the pop-up menu. This menu also offers the option to modify the image's background color. The Cineloop function allows the user to record and scroll back through 100 images, about 10 seconds of a scan. When the Cineloop function is activated, the number of automatically recorded images is shown in the Loop field. To review the images frame by frame, touch the Loop field and turn the knob to select an image. To view the recorded images in a video sequence, select the Loop icon. It is possible to save all or part of a Cineloop sequence by selecting the orange Save Loop button. The Cineloop can be exported either in AVI format at low, medium, or high resolution, or in Compact Touch format to be read with the device's software. The system offers several image processing tools for taking measurements or making annotations, which can be accessed from the bottom toolbar. The Caliper function allows the examiner to measure the distance between two selected points on an image. Select the Caliper function icon, left-click the mouse pointer to set the first position, and then repeat to set the second position. The distance will be displayed in the result table on the right. Selecting the Area function, likewise, allows us to measure the size of a selected area in a given image. To outline the target area, left-click to set a series of points, and right-click to complete the selection. The measurement, again, will be displayed in the result table on the right-hand side. Measure the angle in a UBM image by selecting the Angle function. Left-click first to set the angle's vertex point, then repeat twice to define each side. The Marker function is used to highlight and annotate any part of an image that is of particular interest. Left-click once to position the arrowhead, and again to define the direction of the arrow. Comments can be entered into the text field in the result table. The Sts function. The Compact Touch Sts ubm allows surgeons to take automatic measurements of sulcus to sulcus distances to select the most suitable posterior chamber phakic IOL or implantable contact lens. The software enables sizing of the lens and simulation of its placement between the sulcuses. Selecting the STS icon activates the STS functions and exam screen. Again, the examiner can use icons on the left to select the eye to be examined, label the probe position, and adjust gain. The probe position for STS measurements is A, axial, by default. Once the acquisition process starts, the device will automatically generate 10 sulcus to sulcus measurements. The user can also manually add an STS measurement by selecting Manual Add from the bottom toolbar. Pressing this sulcus measurement icon accesses the result table. The software automatically calculates average measurements, eliminates the highest and lowest values, and uses the scan that most closely matches the average to determine the appropriate lens size. In addition to sulcus to sulcus distance, displayed measurements include lens curvature, LC, anterior chamber depth, ACD, and iridocorneal angles, ICA. The exam can be exported in Jpeg format by right-clicking in the image area and choosing Export to Jpeg. Using these recorded measurements, we can simulate the position of a phakic IOL in a patient's eye. Pressing Icl Simulation opens a simulation screen from which lens implant details, sphere or toric, as well as power and model, can be selected. Then, by pressing the Icl Placement button, an image of the specified implant is placed automatically to simulate its fit in the posterior chamber. We can fine-tune the implant's position relative to the anterior lens surface by clicking on and moving it. The Caliper tool can be employed to determine the distance between the implant or lens and the corneal endothelium. There are a few options for creating, printing, and exporting reports. For a UBM exam, the Add to Report button at the bottom of the screen adds a saved image or Cineloop sequence to a report. The Add to Report function is not available in the STS acquisition screen, but UBM or STS reports can be printed using either a Windows printer or a USB video printer by clicking on the Print icon at the bottom of the screen. It is also possible to print the report without its images. A preview of the report can be viewed by selecting Preview Report. Previous scans of each patient can be accessed from the Patient File screen by selecting Exam History. Select an exam and press Load Report to open the report with originally used parameters included. It is possible to modify an exam by selecting Modify Exam, or to remove one by selecting Erase Exam File. With the key features of the Compact Touch STS UBM hardware and software in mind after this initial review, we will now turn to the 4 most frequently asked questions about this device. 1. Using the LIN 25 or LIN 50 MHz probes, what do I do if I'm not getting an image? And/or what do I do if I keep getting a check probe connection error? First, check the probe installation file. Is the probe oscillating? If yes, replace the probe, likely a transducer failure. If it is not oscillating, try restarting the oscillation motion by forcing the transducer movement gently with your finger. If this doesn't help, the probe likely needs to be replaced. 2. What do I do if I'm not getting an image on my display screen? If the power turns on and you are able to print an image on the video printer, then the problem is likely a display or connection problem. Ensure that everything is properly connected. If the problem is not resolved, there may be an issue with the monitor display, which needs to be diagnosed by a Quantel technician. If the system does not power on, this indicates an internal power supply failure. 3. What do I do if I'm experiencing inconsistent operation with my Compact Touch UBM console? In this case, the CPU board is likely overheating, and a fan assembly should be installed by a Quantel technician. 4. What do I do if my Compact Touch UBM console will not start up? Always shut down using the soft power button on the left side of the console. Try restarting the console by holding down the soft power button. Wait a few minutes, then try again to restart. Consult a Quantel technician if the steps above do not resolve the issue. Quantel Medical's exemplary ultrasound technology has brought multiple innovations to ultrasound specialists worldwide since 1993. We hope you found this demonstration of the Compact Touch STS UBM helpful. For more information about this technology and Quantel's complete range of diagnostic ultrasound products, please visit www.quantel-medical.com.